This housing crisis and high unemployment rate are pushing more people into homelessness, especially here in Las Vegas.
The city now has an estimated homeless population of 14,000, up from 12,000 before the recession. Reporter Allison McCarthy takes a look at how one shelter, already bursting at the seams, is still helping families get off the streets.
Well, Paula, where do 14,000 homeless men, women, and children sleep each night in a city with fewer than 1,000 emergency shelter beds? The answer in some cases is what nightmares are made of. But local shelters stretched beyond capacity are still working tirelessly to make room for the record number of homeless families who keep coming through their doors.
I can't imagine being out in that heat, sleeping on the ground.
Newborn babies just hours old, the frail elderly, and more young families than ever before.
Total, we're sleeping 200 on this floor.
The Shade Tree Shelter is bursting at the seams with nearly 350 women and children under their roof each night.
And that includes our cots and our cribs, our bassinets. We have more than 50 toddlers in the building right now and 5 newborn babies.
Beneath the bright lights of Sin City.
The homeless crisis in Las Vegas is even making national news now. The Shade Tree Shelter's executive director says its total number of bed nights skyrocketed to more than 106,000 last year, up from approximately 96,000 in 2008 and 76,000 in 2007.
Right now, about 70% of the women and children that enter our front door have never been in a shelter before.
Well, I never thought in my lifetime I would be here. But I said, you know, you just do what you got to do.
Yolanda and her daughter arrived at the Shade Tree Shelter in early June when outside temperatures soared above 110 degrees for 3 straight days. That heat wave prompted more homeless families to seek shelter than the Shade Tree has ever seen.
At that point, we were intaking 6 new families a day and turning away 10 families a day. And that's the first time ever.
Since then, shelter staff and volunteers have worked around the clock to place families they cannot take in at other local shelters.
If we don't have room, we'll find room.
I used to be one, I didn't like to ask for help. But I thought, you know what, they know more than I do what's going on, and maybe they can do something for me, and they have.
Now, Yolanda's story doesn't end here. Coming up on 8 News Now at 6 o'clock, find out how the Shade Tree Shelter is helping Yolanda and other first-time homeless families get the medical care, counseling, job training, and placement they need to get back on their feet in a surprisingly short amount of time. To learn more right now, just go to 8newsnow.com.